Hello, everybody. Welcome to Casa de Nerd. Here we game. I am the Mad Irishman. This is episode 2 of our CDDA series with Nolan Omen Parr. We started Naked and Afraid somewhere in this area, but we're quickly able to maneuver down to this cabin, get some clothing, and so a few basic pieces of equipment. Nothing great, but definitely better than being naked. We tried to make it up to the farmhouse. There was unfortunately a child zombie there I just didn't feel like dealing with. And likewise, down here in the orchard, there was a decayed zombie we didn't feel like dealing with. So we came across here to the farmhouse, and I cleared out the farmhouse of anything useful. So we got a couple of books, we got some aspirin, a couple of beverages, a hockey stick, nice little weapon. But really, that's kind of all that was here. So we gotta go check the rest of the farm out and hope that there's no rude surprises waiting for us. I'm not holding out a lot of hope. Giant web spider. Okay, he's up there. So we can hop the fence this way and hopefully not have it be an issue. Self-esteem for dummies, I think we already have. We do. Crime novel, not useful. What do we got here? Some more aspirin. We've got enough aspirin to last us the rest of the game. No joke. No tools or anything in here. Just these yokes and harnesses. Okay. Nothing great in here. I wasn't expecting anything great, but to be perfectly honest, I was expecting something. And something has not yet materialized. The giant web spider again. We're above him. He's far away. Generally, they don't bother you until you get pretty close to him generally. So, hopefully he'll follow my "I don't mess with you, you don't mess with me" attitude. Okay, boots we need. They don't fit, but it doesn't matter because we don't have boots on. And the thing with Cataclysm is if you don't have footwear on, you actually take speed penalties. A pitchfork. You got food cooking, can make reach attacks, can disarm. Good damage. 5 and 18 plus 1, 109 moves. This is fantastic. We're definitely switching to the pitchfork. Because ranged attacks are fantastic. So we didn't find what we were looking for specifically. I just stabbed the horse with the pitchfork. Why are you like this? I really wish there was an option to disable bump attacking. Because now he's an enemy, and okay, he's gonna leave us alone. And like, man, why are you gonna stab a horse? Like, what did he ever do to you? Horses are great. Ugh, I don't feel good about that. I don't feel good about that. But it was an accident. It was an accident. I hope he understands, and I didn't put too many holes in him. Alright, so we've cleared this place out. Unfortunately, we didn't find a screwdriver or anything analogous. My first day with my new mouth. To a screwdriver. There's some, let me see here. Let's make a note. Spooters. We want to make sure we know those are there. We could try to get on this road and maybe head over. Can we find anything? But I want to drop off some of the stuff that we got back at the cabin. And if we can, there were a few things we found in the woods on the way that were actually not bad. We just didn't have the inventory space at the time to grab them. So if we find, we left, maybe some wire behind. There's a glass jar that I saw. Yeah, there's the wire. That's kind of useful. Then we'll drop the stuff off and we'll have to do some more exploring. Splintered wood. We'll need a piece of it to make a wooden needle. Close are we? Oh, not at all. Not even a little. We got here acorns. We can eat those in a pinch. I mean, we're technically listed as hungry, but we're all right. Dogbane. I don't remember what. There's like one recipe that's good for. That's like the only time you use it. There's a snake down there. I wonder if I could kill and cook that snake. I bet you I could. Bulldog. Hi, buddy. I'll give you a wide berth so I don't accidentally stab you with my pitchfork, like seems to be my raison d'etre. Jesus. Every series I play a Cataclysm, I find some poor animal and I just accidentally maim him because bump attacking's a thing. Like, I don't hate bump attacking, it has its uses, but I wish you could have a setting for like only bump attack hostile enemies. I think that would be nice. Don't bump attack neutral enemies. Man, I am just not going in the right directions here. Like, oh, I gotta go north a little, and then I go north like 6 miles. And, oh, man, I'm too far north. I gotta go south a little. Rinse, wash, repeat. There's some acorns. I can't grab them, but fine. Not gonna make a big deal of it. There's the rabbits that keep chasing me. Zombie child. Doesn't see me. Has murdered 1 cow. You know what, though? As long as I got a reach weapon, I feel pretty good. Dear Mr. Bunny, please do not walk in front of me, or I may accidentally murder you. Signed, Nolan. Alright. Yeah, like I was saying before, that rabbit almost committed suicide without knowing it. I feel better about getting in a one-on-one Zed fight with a ranged weapon. So I think we'll go try to see if maybe the only one? And if it is, maybe we'll go take her out and get to look around that house up there. Alright, so, books. Keep those, you know, right here. And then the rest of these are like weapons and non-perishables. I don't care right now. What I actually want to do, because I forgot about this, is if I activate our sheath, we can keep our stone knife in it. Not really terribly helpful, but again, I mentioned it last video, or not last video, but last series at some point. I am one of those people that if I can carry 3 weapons on me at a time, a primary, a secondary, and a tertiary, I absolutely will. So there's another Zed there, so we've seen a child and a normal Zed. But if we take them one at a time, I think we'll be fine. Especially, God, there's a fat zombie. 3 of them. None of them have seen me yet, though. But my goal here is see it. Okay, safe mode, you gotta go, because it keeps telling me, hey, you remember that same thing you told me to ignore 2 seconds ago? And I'm set to ignore for like 5 minutes? I'm gonna tell you again anyway. As soon as you break line of sight, it forgets about that monster, and it drives me crazy. Alright, so what I'm gonna try to do is lure down into this hole, and then I'm gonna sit there and just wail on him. But I want to make sure I'm only luring 1 at a time. I can't believe you don't see me. Oh, there's another hole there. Okay. Alright, so we have to turn this off because it's just going to keep throwing warning messages that if I had an option to disable forever, I would. Gotta be close. Oh, there's a lot of them, and they all see me now. So that's too many. It's too many. Way too many. We'll get out of their hair. Syringe, surprisingly useful to have. You need it for a couple of things. High-end painkillers. Can only shoot. Mutagens. A couple other things. Alright, let's drop all this stuff off. Didn't get a lot. Okay, let's, now that we know there's about a half dozen or so Zeds up there, I guess we'll head south and see if we can find anything at the apple orchard. If there's only one or two down here. Or, yeah, I mean, even if there's 6 of them, as long as I can get them one at a time, it's fine. I mean, even 2 at a time, but my whole fighting style right now is going to be stick and move, and using combinations of running and walking to keep my distance and take full advantage of the reach attack of this weapon. Reach attack weapons are pretty much a godsend this early in the game. Alright. Almost there. Who knows, maybe that decayed zombie wandered off and is now somewhere else doing decayed zombie things. Or maybe he's hiding behind a tree waiting to eat my face. There he is. There's our guy. Our buddy, our pal. Okay, so there's a second zombie pretty close behind him, fortunately. Oops. I still didn't see us. I don't see it. Okay, I see the Z. Okay, still doesn't see me. No, they're both there. And of course they both see me. Decayed zombies, I think, are pretty slow, though, so we'll find out. We'll let them come to us. We've got a good amount of room to move here. Makes me happy. Oh, did not see that guy coming. So this is going to be a problem. Because we're going to be hard-pressed to keep our distance away from him while using the spear, but we're going to try. So he should be faster than everybody else, so if we can get far enough away, we can at least take him by himself. We got a nice big field here to run around in. Okay. Skip a turn. So let's get to running, because we're going to need to run right after this. We missed. We still have our sling on. So we're going to have problem. We got a crit. Crit does disarm. They don't have weapons. Sling is ripped. Okay, down. We're going to drop the sling. We're going to drop the purse. Perfect. Perfect. Outstanding. That worked really well. We took a hit. Took a couple hits. We didn't get infected. So we're okay. Wait until we catch our breath. Stop running. L smash O. Leather. We need anything with leather, basically. Cash card. Leather skirt. Okay. We will wear the sling and the purse again. And he didn't have a Kevlar harness on. Unfortunate, but it'll be a while before we need Kevlar anyway. Alright, so that went pretty well. Demonstrating the power of having anything that gives you ranged attacks this early in the game. You can make, like, makeshift spears, but they're flimsy. They break really fast. But if you look at the pitchfork, it doesn't say anywhere that it's flimsy. Or conversely, that it's well made, like some of the purpose-built spears later in the game, like the copper spear and the steel spear. So this one's somewhat in between. It'll take damage a certain percentage of the time when you attack, but it should be much better than using a flimsy weapon. We should hopefully get quite a bit of use out of this pitchfork. Okay. What do we got here? A sickle. Not great to use as a weapon. And it's really funny because sickles and scythes, which are, you know, traditionally in a lot of video games and movies and, you know, those kind of things, weapons. Kevin made it a point, the main developer of the game, made it a point to make them terrible as weapons because they really wouldn't make great weapons. They're not designed for that. So this one's a -6 to hit. Good luck. A couple of crates we can't get into. We don't have anything with prying. We've got a wooden keg, which would be fantastic if we had the ability to carry it. I would love to take this smoking rack with, because being able to smoke food for long term is great. Bicycle. Unfortunately, bicycle would be kind of hard to get back to the cabin, but you never know. Might still be useful, or it might not have any wheels. No, it's an electric scooter. It doesn't have a security system. Does it just run on batteries? I'll bet the batteries forked. Oh well. Alright, what do we got in here? Anything? We've got Tactical Handgun Digest. Some fit over sunglasses. That's a weird thing to be in an apple orchard, isn't it? Nothing in any of those. Got a giant fire extinguisher. I'm not interested. Open the door. We can't open any of those. We don't have anything with frying. In the office, nothing. So pretty disappointing, but as far as apple orchards go, I mean, that's pretty standard. Like, I've never really found much in an apple orchard that was useful. Let's walk down the street a little bit more. See what we can find. See what kind of trouble we can get into. Maybe we'll find a car or something. If we find a car, I mean, that cabin up there's okay, but I don't foresee it being our long-term, our forever home. If we find a car, it'd be a lot easier for us to load up the little bit that we have and drop it. Farm field? Yeah. And drop, wow. Food out here. Zombie military pilot. Yeah, but there's also a crash there. So if there's a zombie military pilot, there's zombie soldiers, and there's probably, well, I don't know about probably, but potentially zombie bio operators. And that's just a bad day. That's just a bad day. So I could probably risk it if it were normal Zeds. Hop the fence, maybe grab some of that raw food. I don't think it's worth the risk, because those guys are deadly. Pike. For some reason, pikes are considered hostile. Okay, safe mode off. And this is what's going to get me killed. Because, yep, there's a feral runner that is considered the same danger as a fish who can't get out of water. But I don't know, and this is probably just because I don't understand how the safe mode manager works, but I've tried to use this before, and if I do this, then it seems like the only things that it notifies me of are the things I put in here. So I would have to do like every type of monster individually, and I don't want to do that. So we're just gonna say that this is off limits, and I could keep going down the road, but honestly, I don't think we need to. I think we'll head back and search another direction. We're kind of looking for low-hanging fruit here. What is this? A saddle. All right, well, maybe we'll find a bike with no seat, and then we have a saddle we can replace it with. I've seen it happen. The only reason you can't ride a bike away is because it doesn't have a seat. Back up this way. Nothing interesting, nothing interesting. Generally speaking, I'm fine with. Let's head out away from this, out into the field. And just see what we see. Some chickens. Would love to find a Last Man on Earth shelter just, in a grouping of trees like this. Happens. Absolutely happens. A moose. Probably don't want to mess with that. And by probably, I mean I absolutely do not want to mess with that. Like, zombies, like, all right, you know, with the right strategy, the right planning, the right equipment, you know, zombies become less and less of a problem. It just becomes keeping enough stamina to fight off the horde. Where a moose, he's just gonna kill you. Unless you have, whoa! Safe mode didn't trigger, because he's ignoring. Does animal empathy work on giant ants? Giant ants are very much a double-edged sword. Soldier ants are the ones you really got to worry about, but you can kill giant ants and get a lot of chitin and sinew from butchering their corpses. Spitter zombie. No, he's gonna fight those ants, and that's fine. You can have them. You can have them. And chitin can be fashioned into some halfway decent armor. And the sinew you can use instead of thread, so you don't have to spend time like ripping apart rags trying to get thread. Nothing great going on right now. I mean, and that's all right, you know. Because it's not exciting doesn't mean anything. I mean, being alive is exciting in Cataclysm. So, I guess, you know, I'll just have to look at it that way. I was really hoping to find a, you know, a screwdriver or a screwdriver set, or just something else. Something similar. I can't say that word today. Alright. So we made it back home. Nothing fantastic. But, you know, certainly not nothing. What's still in the pile here? We can drink this can of root beer. Give us a little bit of calories. Might help slake the thirst a little bit. We're still in minimal pain. So what we're gonna do, we've got plenty of aspirin. There's no reason not to take it. What do we got for books? We don't have... We've got our headlamp, but I really don't want to use that for reading. It looks like it's about noon. We don't have a watch. We don't even have a watch at this point. So over here was the spitter and the ants. It was kind of in this area, ants. And that's not. Ants. There we go. That's better. It's more appropriate, I think. We just try to head straight north. See if there's anything out in that field there. What did we get for books? All right, let's read the kind of intros. I'm pretty sure I remember what all of these do, but cooking to 1 would be pretty helpful. Then we don't have to spend a bunch of time just boiling water to get it to 1, especially since we don't have a lot of containing right now. It would take a little bit of effort, and then we could cook the eggs. That would give us some food, so that's pretty helpful. I actually think I might read that up to 1. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna go. Give me a chance to take a little drink. Ooh, footsteps. Is that the cow? Yeah, that's the cow. But yeah, that's the cow. It's a way to milk cows, but they have to be your friend, and in order to make them your friend, you have to feed them something. So if you're gonna be over here, okay, I got an idea. You hang out here, buddy. Mi casa, su casa, as far as I'm concerned. I'm gonna go over here and get some of the I don't remember if it's like cattle fodder, I think is the object I'm looking for. And see if I can feed them and grab that bucket, because you can just milk them and get raw milk and pretty much set for food for life. I don't remember exactly how the system works, but I know it's doable. Oh my god. Stupid black bush. So we're gonna do that. If we can master, maneuvering around trees. How does the auto travel thing work? Oh, I don't remember. There's an auto travel where you can just go in a straight line and it'll just automatically dodge trees. But it'll still activate safe mode if it needs to. I'll have to look that up in between episodes. This one's pretty close to over. I just really want to get to back to the farm here, and then we'll call it an episode. No, go down, you turd. The God. You can disable that message, but then you just step in bushes and it just tears your clothing apart. It's really silly the amount of damage a bush can do to you. Those acorns, they're actually pretty good food. Alright, so we made it back to the farm, so we're going to call the episode here. Thanks, everybody, for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. Feel free to hit the subscribe button, the like, leave a comment, if you so choose. Not forcing anybody to do anything, but I would appreciate it if you did, if you liked what you saw, so that I know that I should keep making more of these. So far, the responses have been great. My YouTube channel is very small and it's very new, and this has been some of the best viewage that I've had. So as long as that keeps up, I'll keep doing them. So thank you guys for that, and I will see you in the next episode.